In this Virtually Rick, we pay our respects to icon, rapper, entrepreneur, and community activist NipseyHussle. From the mixtapes he sold from the back of his car, like Slauson Boy, that spawned his own record label, to the Bullets Ain't Got No Name series, to deals with the majors and collaborations with Drake, Snoop, and Problem, it seemed his meteoric rise was unstoppable. But 2010 saw his debut album fail to appear and his deal with Epic Records evaporate. This, though, was the catalyst to return to mixtapes and his own label, and a new philosophy to own his own content completely, to be an entrepreneur with his label, all money in, no money out, crafting collaborative music. The Marathon series, then the mixtape Crenshaw, which were released incredibly for free download as a response to the creative stifling of the traditional music business. His championing of the free download actually revolutionized it. And in another entrepreneurial twist, he sold physical CD copies of the album for $100 a piece, of which Jay-Z bought 100. Channeling his frustration with traditional music labels into his first and only studio album, Victory Lap, released in early 2018, and later that same year, it would be nominated for a Grammy. Victory Lap sold 53,000 units in the first week of its release, taking it to number 4 in the Billboard charts. After Nipsey's untimely death, it's back again, selling around 66,000 and rising. But most impressively, it has a streaming count heading towards 62 million and up, jumping a massive 999% to place inside the top of the album charts, surpassing its original number 4 position with ease and placing number 1 in the iTunes hip-hop charts. And now 4 of his mixtapes are following suit. To put this into perspective, the day before his death, he'd had around 2 million streams of his album, and yet only a few days later, nearly 60 million more. His career was not always noticed by white middle-class audiences, but in fairness, they weren't his target or concern. He was more focused on those who had affinity with his journey and how to help them, using his music as a guide, which explains why the size in response to his death has been such a shock to those only now learning about Nipsey's life. He leaves so many behind who loved him, but perhaps his death can be ground zero for a rebuild, just like he did in life, beckoning to those in tough situations to rise up and build from wherever you are, not just in spirit, but also in bricks and mortar, and to give to those less fortunate around you, because a caring community is the answer to poverty. And if we all did this, there would be very little to divide us. Here's Nipsey, as you'd expect, with the last word.
But what is a mistake without the lesson? See, the best teacher in life is your own experience. None of us know who we are until we fail. They say every man is defined by his reaction to any given situation. Well, who would you want to define you? Someone else or yourself? Whatever you do, homie, give your heart to it and stay strong. Stay strong. Stay strong.